welcome everyone to the home of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Sun Devils will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he's coming out of the end zone. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. The Yellow Jackets offense will get the first possession of the game. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job at confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So, no different today. The defense obviously watched the fence.
Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. And the Yellow Jackets headed quickly to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Complete. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off.
7, Arizona State, 0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Arizona State Sun Devils offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Working that left side now. Guys, when you think about Arizona State, really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Under fire. Complete in the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back on the option to give. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass. He caught it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Now on 1st and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. They'll go with a direct snap. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. from the quarterback sneak. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. 3rd and goal for the offense. Give to the fullback. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
He's got the tight end. Touchdown, Sun Devils! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. Timely decisions, effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed to play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it was a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. They'll run it from the gun. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. The Yellow Jackets in the hurry-up.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. And the Yellow Jackets are rolling down the field.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a 1st down. Oh, and here they go again. 1st down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
The pull and throw off the RPO. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They evened things up the last time they had it. There he goes! Gets it past the marker. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. The throw to the outside is complete. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. And the Sun Devils with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The play action fake. Now he's going to break the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And it's so nice nice to have a weapon like this at quarterback. It dictates coverage. You want to play man-to-man? Everybody turns their back. Watch him pick him up, put him down, chew up yards, getting a big play down the field.
Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. The Sun Devils with the 1st and 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Unloads to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And the Sun Devils are threatening on 1st and goal. Wideout trying to get it in. Touchdown, Arizona State! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Mountain West. TCU is ahead right now, but it's not like they have LaDainian Tomlinson out there. This group needs to keep building on this lead. They're up by 4 over San Diego State. The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, fellas, and we'll circle back if anything big happens.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Got his man. He's able to get it out to the 25, but needed a little bit more to move the chains. It'll be 4th down. The Yellow Jackets will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. First play of the drive wants to throw. It's complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The offense will have to use its 1st time out of the half. Well, it comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his 1st incompletion of the game.
Firing to the right, complete. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll need to show off some leg strength 58 yards out and trying to bend it in from the right side. And the try is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here. Now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there today in Tempe than you do?
And the Yellow Jackets will kick it off to start the 2nd half. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. To the air on first down. Somehow fits it into a host of defenders. And this one will be stopped for no gain. In their vision of that play, someone would run free after making an easy catch. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to go except down.
Probably looked really good when they drew that one up on the board this week in practice, but obviously a lot more difficult to go out and execute. Give the defense credit. Great stop.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Can't make the catch on third down in the rarest of drops for this guy. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And the returner will be brought down. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Holds and fires complete to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Strong pass rush. Gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Yellow Jackets will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. He leaves it with his back. Turning it on! That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to go up top on first down. The Sweet Feet buy a little time. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
1st and 10, the whole menu open. You can run the football. You can do whatever you want. You can tell they call a pass. He does a really good job in the pocket, just being a great athlete. Scramble outside, go get another first down, 1st and 10 again.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. To the ground with the back. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The Sun Devils can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Here's a heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack of just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
One final play before the end of the quarter. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And the heat was all over him, and that's the way the 3rd quarter will wrap up with a big sack. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. After swapping into the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Punts it out of the air. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that 4th down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And here's what I like about that, man. That feels like an instinctive play. Like this guy almost knew it was coming. You know, most of the time in a bootleg, they want to show you the run first, but he wasn't buying it. Went right to the quarterback, saw it, and made the big sack.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Good, right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Looking to the big tight end. Complete downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
And the Yellow Jackets are in the hurry-up.
Man, you got to like these last 2 plays by this offense. You understand, you're in a deficit. You've got to score multiple times to get back.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
1st and goal. Georgia Tech.
Wants to keep it in the air. Here comes the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a 1-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you've got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
And the extra point splits the uprights. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. Reese, productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, probably getting blitzed, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And you will always remember your first, and how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Throws toward the end zone. It's picked off when they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in this situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. And the Sun Devils send out the punt unit. And he really needs to get away a good kick here. Here's the punt, and he's done better. Not much on that one. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good...
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Yellow Jackets now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking for a man, it's Prince. Pocket breaking down. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, guys, 4th quarter, you're trailing. You know that they're going to be throwing the ball and trying to be aggressive and try to climb back into this one. Couldn't come up with it there on 2nd down. Let's see what happens on 3rd.
Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
What a fantastic job by the defense that time, forcing the incompletion. They've got the lead late, setting up 4th down. Can they come up with one more stop? If they get it, they might win this game.
Gotta have it here on 4th down. Deep shot for the end zone. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the fourth down conversion.
You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. And this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps.